This is Electric Universe Eyes, and today we're going to talk about Kolob. And what I'm about to narrate are my own comments to a video called Mormons Explain Kolob. All right, well, here's my interpretation, and this is my own point of view, so I'm not speaking on behalf of anyone else. This is what I believe. And now we shall talk about a star or a group of stars called Kolob. Kolob was a temporary planetary alignment in the early ages of man. It consisted of Saturn as the primary star with the planets Venus, Mars, and Earth in an axial alignment before the Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune trinary star system, the original Titans, merged with the encroaching binary star system, Jupiter and the Sun, on the galactic arm of the Milky Way. Today, science says all the planets revolve around the Sun. Although it is our primary star, the binary system of Jupiter and sole Sun rotate around a central point in the Milky Way. Jupiter does not follow the barycenter of the Sun for this reason. The Saturnian system and its satellite planets merged with the Sun system, and this is when the fall took place and the heavenly battles presumed. With an open mind, consider comparative world mythology from any culture. They all have archetypes that match at the roots. Every other world culture and belief system. The characters involved. The physical changes to our planet flooding, expanding, the face of the earth changing from disaster, dis and aster. Aster is an ancient Greek word for star. This is the Chinese symbol for disaster. Disaster is displaced star, catastrophe star, the movement of the heavenly bodies and the kingship that was passed down. Saturn dominated the sky at our celestial pole according to all the ancient civilizations. Saturn's son, Jupiter, took over the throne as the new sun after Saturn was banished to outer darkness. Jupiter dominated as the sky god for a period of time before departing, when the inner planets moved into their places we see today, orbiting the sun. During this transgression, all of the planets had their role in the archetypal stories, but most of all was Mars and Venus, which at one point appeared as the Great Comet, and is the reason the dragon-serpent archetype exists. It's much deeper than this, but short story, Saturn, Venus, Mars, and Earth in a polar configuration made up what the LDS call Kolob. The highest level of priesthood in LDS faith is called the Melchizedek priesthood, or Order of the Most High. Jupiter, when it first appeared, was the Most High deity, a personified planet. Jupiter is known as many names, but a few you will recognize are Zedek, Adonis, Adonai, Adonai-Zedek, and I could go on with a very long list covering every culture and their name for the same deity. P.S. One of Joseph Smith's most prized possessions was called a Jupiter talisman. Why was Jupiter held in such high regard, not only to Joseph Smith, but to every other world culture? You might know Jupiter by some of these names: Thor, Zeus, Marduk, Mazda, Baal, Brahaspati, Vamana, Vishnu. The list keeps going. If I could hie to Kolob, to what history calls the Golden Age, when Saturn's plasma sheath, or the veil, was pierced by Jupiter's intense magnetic presence, and the light of today's sun first shone upon the polar configuration of planets, while Jupiter was near, appearing as the Most High in the order. Consider in mythology such as the Greeks, Saturn or Kronos is the god of time. His son Jupiter or Zeus took the throne. Jupiter's son, the sun, or Apollo, was the next in line to become king. After the false gods Mercury, Venus, and Mars wreaked havoc in the sky, and its inducted energy transfer changing the face of the Earth by intense atmospheric discharge. These planets appeared as glowing stars with plasma lighting them up as they moved from an opposing field of charge into the new sun's heliosphere. The electrical dynamic changed and literal hell broke loose until the new solar circuit found balance by expressing the load. Summary: Earth was originally not as close to the Sun or Jupiter. The veil was a plasma sheet covering the view of the heavens beyond their local orbit of Saturn. Earth and other planets were once satellites of Saturn. Saturn, as a protostar, emitting glow-mode plasma discharge as an anode in the local cosmic circuit, protected the planets within its heliosphere, providing even distribution of warmth and UV light to all of Earth. Once the binary Jupiter-Sun system encroached close enough to the Saturn system in our arm of the galaxy, the two separate systems clashed and discharged their opposing electrical potentials as they began to merge. The phrase, "let there be light," has a real meaning. This is when the purple dawn of time ended, turning into the Golden Age, when Jupiter first discharged against Saturn and the protective plasma sheath, or veil, or scroll was unraveled. Humans saw stars for the first time and began tracking movements and developed time systems. That is why Kronos, Saturn, is the god of time. In every culture, the ancient sun was stationary at the North Pole. This is due to the movement of the planets within the sheath being pulled behind Saturn toward the cosmic center prior to the merger. The Japanese ancient sumo ritual to the thunder god is in remembrance of Jupiter fighting with Saturn. Saturn was knocked out of the ring into outer darkness. The planets then followed in Jupiter's wake, which appeared in the heavens as the Most High. This is where names such as Adonai-Zedek, Mazda, Melchizedek, Thor, Zeus, and so many more archetypal names came from, depending on what world position and culture people witnessed this from. Of course, as above, so below is related to the Earth being affected by what took place between the planets and opposing electrical discharge. Jupiter, in all the myths, had a son that took over as the next king. In Greek, the sun was named Apollo, but not after many cataclysms on Earth. We are all ancestors of survivors who witnessed what took place in the ancient skies of antiquity. In my opinion, all world religions are true at their core. However, modern man misinterprets the allegories, parables, and personifications with literal translations and dogmatic stigmatization. Mankind is living in amnesia, recreating the events of the past through war and control of the limited resources following utter destruction to the lands of this world. The continents were all connected at one time on a smaller sphere before the major world flood. The water coming from Saturn flaring and condensing hydrogen into the plasma channel that directly fed the Earth. Long story short, Earth was a satellite of Kolob, a group of planets or stars in an axial alignment, and it was nearest to the throne of the Lord, Jupiter, the Most High. Saturn, Venus, Mars polar configuration during that short time of transition equals Kolob, aka during the era called the Golden Age, when everything was aplenty and man and beast walked together and megafauna flourished. Food was everywhere on the vine and on the hoof. After that, the survivors, now under a new heaven and on a new earth, has to learn to hunt, fight, steal, and kill. And the list goes on to this very day. Ha! 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 But don't listen to me. I'm a heretic.